Hey, meteorologist Zach Gilday here. Hope your weekend was great. It sure was nice and warm. Just hopping on here post 10 p.m. newscast to do a quick update. We have a pretty active week shaping up next week. We have storm chances back in the forecast Monday and Tuesday, and then maybe even later on during the week. So I'm just gonna dive right in. It's a bit late. It's almost 11 o'clock. So just gonna hop on here for just a little bit just to get you all updated ahead of this active week. So definitely we're gonna be seeing a mild night. The past couple nights have been quite mild, and tonight those lows might even be in the mid 60s, and those winds have finally settled. But the moisture is here, so it feels a bit muggy, and then severe weather looks possible Monday into Tuesday. So this afternoon sure was warm. Check out those highs. Today, Fayetteville 83. So for this time of year, that is quite warm. That is around 13 degrees above the average high. Almanac shows Fayetteville, the average high is 70 for this time of year. And that morning low was 63 degrees. Going to be a similar story tonight. It's not going to cool down all that much with cloud cover on the increase, kind of going to insulate us. Now, right now, here's Fayetteville. It is still mild, 64. Notice that dew point, 58 degrees. So, yeah, here's a comment right here. Jeremy sure does feel like some severe weather. It's 63 here in Mulberry right now, but it's so muggy. Yeah, it is so muggy. Sarah, if you're just hopping on, no storms tonight. I'm just hopping on here doing a quick update on what we could be seeing tomorrow night. Tomorrow night could be a different story for us, but for tonight, looking pretty quiet. Again, here is Fort Smith. Temperatures across the area a bit milder in the River Valley. Poto is still at 70 degrees. That's probably above the average high for this time of year. And the moisture is definitely on the increase. I can throw up the dew points right now and show you what they are. Yeah, here are those dew points. Fort Smith, 63 degree dew points, and if we expand the view, it's going to be even muggier to our south. Let's get a wider view here. Yeah, so check out across Oklahoma and Texas, mid 60s. I think Oklahoma is under the gun tomorrow for some potential severe weather. And then here's a future track dew point showing the moisture kind of hanging on. So again, here's Monday, 6 p.m. The moisture would definitely be there. And then we got a frontal boundary moving in Tuesday morning. And notice the dew points in East Texas going to be in the yellows. That is 70-degree dew point to our south. For us, it's not going to be that humid, but notice how that moisture creeps in Tuesday afternoon. That could spell trouble, and I'll show you that day 3 outlook in just a second here. But then we should dry out. Wednesday should be a nice day. I think it's going to be nice. And then Thursday, that moisture, see if it climbs back in. Oh, yeah, it does. We have another front Thursday. So this week is going to be quite active. So that's why I just figured out how to hop on here and just do a quick update. A lot of people probably wondering, when are these storms going to happen? Well, here is the storm, the 2-day track that I made earlier this afternoon, showing kind of a peak late evening tomorrow, and then again mid-morning Tuesday. So I'll break that down in the future track in just a second, because we have some energy moving in, and then we have a front. So here's right now, satellite radar picture. Yeah, Sarah, is it a roll up the sleeves night? This severe weather event is not, it's not clean cut, and because it's not your typical severe weather day, and I'll show you why. Was at PG State Park, and it felt downright hot out. Yeah, I was outside earlier this afternoon, and it felt pretty toasty. I almost felt like summer. I was taking out the garbage at around like noonish, and I was like, man, it's pretty hot. Even had the AC on, LOL. Yeah, I'll have the AC on tonight, Jacob. I like to keep it nice and cool when I'm trying to sleep. So Yeah, we're seeing the clouds rolling in as we zoom out here. Earlier during the afternoon, the Ohio, Pennsylvania area had some severe weather, and they're still seeing some rain right now. Nothing is severe for them. And so the West Coast is what I've been tracking the past couple of days. Notice the spin in the atmosphere. That is an upper level storm system. You can see it in the water vapor imagery, and that will serve as the trigger for some potential severe weather Monday into Tuesday morning. So here's all this energy. You can see this is a map showing the vorticity. This is all the energy that's going to be moving in. Now here's Monday 9 p.m. Notice little pieces of energy, some short waves kind of ejecting off of that main low. And then notice how the trough kind of sets up. See if I can illustrate this here. It kind of orients itself from the northwest to the southeast. That's a negatively tilted trough. See if I can draw a line. Yeah, so that right there is a negatively tilted trough. And what that means is that means that the wind shear is probably going to be pretty high. And with the energy moving in, wind shear, just another ingredient that we like to look at for our severe weather potential. And that will probably be there as we see these storms move in. Now here's the ACRRR model showing quiet weather tonight. Nothing is going to happen tonight. But cloud cover will be on the increase. Tomorrow it's going to be filtered sun, broken cloud type day for us. Here's Monday 4 p.m. showing some rain off to our south and west, and then showing some potential storms across Oklahoma as a dry line moves in. Now notice the coverage wasn't all that high. I think this might be a bit underdone, but the ingredients will sure be there across Oklahoma for severe weather tomorrow. And then here's Monday evening, 11 p.m. And here's Monday nights. We have a cold front coming through. That will serve as another trigger for some potential storms, and probably the best chance for storms for us in Northwest Arkansas. But at this point in time, the instability will be way down. But we're still going to have wind shear. We're still going to have all that moisture. So there still will be some severe weather potential for Tuesday morning. And then all that moves out of there. But notice how it kind of flares up again as we go throughout Tuesday, as we get some heating. Notice how it kind of flares up off across central Arkansas for the Little Rock area. They could be in trouble Tuesday. So this is why this severe weather event, this is why we're not going alert day, because of the timing of when this storm system comes through. It's going to be at night, going to be in the morning. So all the instability theoretically won't be there, but then again, the moisture will be there. There could be some lingering instability. We're going to have to watch out for some potential surface-based instability for that tornado potential. So I'm going to look at some comments as you absorb the day 2 outlook. Okay, here's a question right here. I know it's going to cover up the that green polygon, but I got a friend that hasn't lived in Fayetteville for 28 years. He's going to be in town Tuesday for the baseball game. What's game time looking like? Well, Andrew, not too sure what time game time is. What time game time is? I assume it's during the afternoon, evening, and if it is, I think Tuesday evening. I think it should be good. I think all the storms should be well east of us by Tuesday after late afternoon, evening. I think all the storms will be east of us. But I'll tell you what, it will be windy. It's going to be pretty windy behind that front. Yeah, I'm loving the weather, good or bad. That is an impressive weather map. Bring it on. Yeah, Sarah, I'm loving the warm weather. Definitely. Yeah, it's nice to get up first thing in the morning and just not be cold. I think that's a good way to put it. Jeremy's saying upper level storm systems can bring major severe storms. Yeah, that negatively tilted trough could cause major severe weather. Yeah, when a trough turns negative, usually that means the system is pretty strong. And then with this part of the country, we have that low level jet, and if you get a negatively tilted trough, the wind shear as we go up in the atmosphere is definitely going to be there. We do have to keep an eye on it for sure. Roby's traveling into Arkansas tomorrow afternoon. Traveling from where, Roby? If you're traveling from Oklahoma, you can see Oklahoma. I think they could be under the gun as the dry line comes in. Day 2 enhanced risk for west of Oklahoma City. Now, so here's the day 2. We have a day 3 too. Here's day 3 risk. So Tuesday into Wednesday morning, we have a level 2 out of 5. Scattered severe storms possible. This right here is such a big risk. I think the uncertainty with the exact placement of the best severe weather potential is. I think it's pretty high. So I'm interested to see what is going to be happening with this risk as they update it later on tonight. Should be updated at around 1 o'clock in the morning, around that time. Yeah. Here's a great comment. The dynamics for severe weather are there. The thermodynamics are a bit iffy. So as far as the dynamics, we got wind shear, we got a storm system, we got. With the thermodynamics, the instability, that's in question for us. And I'll show you why in this graphic right here. So here's the energy helicity index. Now, what this is a measure of the low level wind shear and the instability. So the instability is going to be quite high, but I take that back. The wind shear is going to be quite high, but the instability is not. So as we go throughout the day tomorrow, look at western Oklahoma and central Oklahoma. That is why they have the enhanced risk with this storm system coming through with those dynamics and thermodynamics in place tomorrow. They're going to be under the gun for some severe weather. But notice as we go into the evening, the instability drops off, and so does the energy helicity index. The wind shear is still there, but the instability is definitely dropping off. And then that's overnight. Doesn't look all that impressive, but don't let that fool you. You could get some subtle energy that could move in and something could pop up. It's the subtle energy that causes the biggest events, it seems like sometimes for us. And then notice how the colors get darker as we go throughout the day Thursday, as we heat up, as we get some instability. A little bit too close for comfort for Northwest Arkansas as those colors flare up pretty close to our forecast area. Let's just look at the Cape. And let's look at a shorter range model. Here's ACRRR. So here's right now. There is some instability in place right now, but we have no forcing. So let's fast forward. Oh, that is a short range. I meant to go the long range. Not going to quite reach Monday night. Here it is. It's got to take a minute to load. There it is. So here's Monday, 9 a.m. Going throughout the day, Monday, all that instability west of us. For us tomorrow, it's going to be quite cloudy. So the instability is going to be a bit iffy. And then as we head into overnight hours, there will be some instability in place, but it's not going to be that high. as that line comes through, and then it picks up during the afternoon. So the instability isn't going to be crazy, but it will be there. Going to be a lot of wind shear. There's going to be forcing, so we are going to see storms, but we're just going to have to wait and see if there's cap, if it holds, if a lot of variables here. And tomorrow, Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff will be there to update you all. I'm going to be off tomorrow. Hold on. Here's a good question. How cold behind the front? Not that cold. If you missed the 10 p.m. newscast, I'll show you the 7-day. There it is. So notice how active it is. We got Monday, Tuesday, some severe weather, active and unsettled pattern. We got a little front, kind of a Pacific front. I wouldn't quite call it a cold front for tomorrow, but it's not going to cool us down all that much, really. It's going to be quite mild, quite warm Wednesday. And then you have another front Thursday and Friday. Now, that front will cool us down. Notice how we're kind of dropping down to around average. Keep in mind the average high for Fayetteville for this time of year is 70. So dropping down to below average. And then I did mention that front on Thursday. Latest model trends kind of have it stalling out somewhere near us. Very, very uncertain pattern. But if that front is anywhere near us, we got some energy moving in. Could see some storms linger into next weekend. Crossing our fingers that that does not happen. Bring back the cold. Kind of tired of the cold, to be honest. This is not first thing in the morning. I think that's the worst. I don't really mind the cold if it's like during the afternoon and I'm already awake. Just stepping outside first thing when it's freezing cold. Not a huge fan of that. Yeah, just while you look at that, I'm just trying to get caught up on the comments. Hopefully, and if I did miss your question, you just feel free to re-ask it because I'm monitoring a lot of different platforms here, and I'm all by myself tonight. If you're just joining, we got about 353 people on here. Been doing this for about 20 minutes. I just hopped on here because we have some severe weather potential from Monday into Tuesday, especially Tuesday morning for us here in Northwest Arkansas. Let me just scoot over here and you could probably just go through it again. Here is satellite radar showing a quiet night. Cloud cover is on the increase. So today was quite sunny. Tomorrow it's going to be a different story. These storms are being held by a bunch of SIN, so convective inhibition, and that's how you tell how hot it truly is. Yeah, and if there is a cap, Alex, I can kind of increase the instability, and then when and if that cap breaks, it could be could cause some stronger to maybe even severe storms. Oh, I can't see the graphic. When is the timing? Husband has a flight tomorrow. Okay, Holly. Well, here's I assume you're flying out of XNA and Highfill. So here's Northwest Arkansas. Here is that 2-day precipitation forecast. So notice how 20% it starts to work its way in Monday afternoon. And then Monday evening, storm chances go up a little bit, kind of drop off tomorrow night briefly, and then Tuesday daybreak, they're going back up. So tomorrow, if you have a flight at XNA, I wouldn't be overly concerned about it. But keep in mind, we could see a few isolated storms tomorrow afternoon and especially during the evening, Holly. So if your husband's not watching this, you might want to let him know. Roby's from Missouri. Roby, I remember you had a comment earlier. I kind of forgot what we were talking about. You're traveling into Arkansas tomorrow. Yeah. Well, here it is. Here is the 2-day precipitation forecast. Again, I think the best chance for activity is going to be Tuesday morning. Pop quiz for me, Sarah, or for just in general? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, day 3 is a bit of a broad risk area, but the day 1 will go enhanced 0Z. Think so, Bradley? Yeah, probably. Wasn't there already an enhanced risk somewhere for day 3? Yep, up there in Iowa. You think it's going to be enhanced for us? I think maybe Central Arkansas. I don't know about Northwest Arkansas, but well, I would be pretty surprised, honestly, if Northwest Arkansas was in the enhanced for the day for the day 2 when they update this day 3 and make it day 2 later on tonight. But we're gonna have to find out. Wasn't Springdale in a similar environment? Jacob, I assume you're talking about the Springdale tornado that happened, 2022? Well, I wasn't even living in Arkansas when that happened. That would be a Dan question. I know that the Springdale environment, I know that it was a QLCS type deal, and I know that we had storms off to the west. I think, and as far as a QLCS event, this is going to be potentially a QLCS event, but we're going to have to see if this line holds together for us. Today's forecast, windy. Tomorrow's forecast, yep, you guessed it, more wind. Yeah, it feels like West Texas, and I used to live out in West Central Texas, and it's like windy is a given out there. But for us, yeah, it's been quite windy, and the windiest day is going to be Tuesday. Tuesday, as that front passes through, it's going to be pretty gusty, maybe even wind advisory criteria. To the River Valley catching the heat. Yeah, I'm sure they were quite toasty earlier during the afternoon. Well, wasn't quite record temperatures, but we're creeping close to it. Here are the record high maxes. Fayetteville actually warmer than Fort Smith. Harrison, 2 degrees shy of the record. I said back in 1936. Wonder how accurate that is. I had a mercury thermometer. Hopefully no one's using any of those. Remember, my grandparents' basement, we dropped a thermometer. We were all concerned. Is this a mercury thermometer? Ah, better call somebody. Yeah, here's a good comment right here, Bradley. If we get any prefrontal storms, we could see some little mesoscale issues, and those are extremely unpredictable. Models aren't perfect and can't nail the small scale features. That works its way back to what we call a Baja Blast. Let me show you what I mean. So there is a front coming in, but look at all this energy coming in. So we got the low pressure area across the desert Southwest. And then notice how we got all these little subtle waves. Now, these are coming in from the Baja area, and the models don't do not do a good job at all at depicting this type of energy. And it's going to be moving in Monday. So this is that prefrontal trough. If we get a low pressure area developing, and these could help to form a low pressure area. This is vorticity, so it's circular motion, wind shear, and if those move in ahead of the front, if the atmosphere is unstable, we could get some issues. But again, we're at 10 p.m. I mean, I would be more concerned if we were looking at 4 p.m. But that's why, again, thermodynamics really isn't going to be that intense for us. No straight line wins. No, Sarah, I think that on the straight line wins, I think that's going to be one of the primary factors for us here. And I'll show you why. Yep, Alex Thompson. That dry line is going to flare that warm air upwards, overcoming the convective inhibition, and that's when that cape kicks in real quick. Quite impressive. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's why I think Oklahoma tomorrow is going to be under the gun for some severe weather. Thoughts on an enhanced risk, Blaze, for us in Northwest Arkansas? I would be very surprised. Central Arkansas for Tuesday, I think that's going to be a different story for the Little Rock area. Again, here's the HRRR model showing, again, tonight, if you're just hopping on, nothing's happening tonight. Here is Monday. Notice how west of us, not a whole lot going on. This could be underdone. That cap could break as that dry line comes in across Oklahoma. See that right there? There's a supercell for you. Gotta put a pause point there and go like that. That could be trouble. Again, just a computer model here. So we're 7 p.m. Monday. Here's 11 p.m. And then here's that front coming through. So we had Sarah asking about straight line winds. Well, along a frontal boundary QLCS type setup, the tornado threat and the hail threat decrease. Unless we get a Boeing segment where we could see some spin up tornado potential, or even we have to look at the vector shear, we have to look at the surface-based instability, you have to look at the orientation of that line, you have to look for some bulges or nudges in that line, but this model is not depicting a pretty strong line. I think it might be a bit underdone. But this type of setup, straight line winds will be a factor for some decaying storms. Definitely could see some winds as we go throughout the morning hours Tuesday. So that morning drive Tuesday, that could be a bit tricky. And Blaze was asking about the enhanced risk. Well, you got it over Oklahoma. That is a enhanced risk for you. Day 3. Slight risk. Now, Central Arkansas, they might put them in the enhanced risk for Tuesday. For us, I would be pretty surprised. As we expand the view, Iowa, Missouri, they could be in trouble. It's a big day 3. Yeah, somewhere in Arkansas, probably just to our east, will probably go enhanced. Little Rock and Jonesboro will be the target as usual. Yeah, potentially, Bradley, but I think Tuesday morning we have to watch out for something that could potentially happen. So you're saying I need to wake up at 4 a.m. and drive to OKC for some serious LP craziness? Well, I would never want to get anybody in a dangerous situation, Bradley. But I think that the severe weather potential is going to be definitely there in Oklahoma tomorrow. For us in Arkansas, it's going to be questionable. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty interested to see. I'll probably stay up tonight and see what the latest SPC update is. I probably issued it around 1 a.m. tonight. So I think I got all the comments. So I'm just gonna run it back just one more time, and if there's no more questions, I'll probably Skywarn spotter. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. What National Weather Service office did you get your Skywarn spotter card from? Just wondering because I got my Skywarn spotter back in college by the New York City office. Just like to know. Tulsa, yeah, nice. Yeah. So here's the HRRR model again. Tonight was quiet. Tomorrow, different story, especially for Oklahoma. Storm potential will be there. For us, should be a pretty quiet day. I think we could see and Little Rock nice. Yeah. And then Monday evening, again, we could see a few storms. We are under a marginal risk for severe weather. And then beyond that, we got a cold front coming in. Tuesday morning is definitely a question for us. Michael's a Skywarn spotter. Two got with NW, we got it with NW, a NWS Tulsa, and a spotter network. Nice, nice, yeah. So again, here is that day two. Isolated severe storms possible for Northwest Arkansas. We have the level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for severe weather. As we expand, or as we go to the next day, Tuesday and Wednesday, day 3, scattered severe storms. We have a level 2 out of 5. So definitely we have to keep our guard up for Monday and Tuesday. Storm potential is definitely there. Some severe weather is definitely not out of the question. Notice the winds. They're going to be on the increase as that system leaves. It's going to be quite windy Tuesday afternoon, maybe even wind advisory levels. Beyond that, active and unsettled pattern hangs on. Another front Thursday might stall out somewhere around us, giving us storm potential all the way through Saturday. And here's the River Valley showing some very warm weather for this time of year. So bottom line is keep the guard up for Monday and Tuesday. I think I'll sign off. Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff will keep you updated tomorrow as we see these storms roll in. So until then, I'm going to head out and rest up. Have a great night and stay safe.